Steve, Sean, and Ray, three buddies, united by the Marine Corps and fishing.
Hey, I might know more about drinking than fishing, but I love gadgets and beer.
Give him a beer and a fishing rod, and he'd be passed out before the first bite.
Now me, I could hook a trout in a toilet, renting a room to Steve, partly for the company, mostly for the entertainment.
Then there was Ray, a mechanical whiz who could fix anything with duct tape, coat hanger, and a little Mexican ingenuity.
I can even make a fishing rod out of a stick and a beer can. Love fishing almost as much as a good challenge.
These three amigos, despite talking a lot of trash, shared a passion for casting a line and hoping for the best. Always up for an adventure, especially if it involved a lake, a case of beer, and the chance to outdo each other with fishtails that grew taller with each retelling. Lake Calaveras, just outside San Antonio, Texas, beckoned them with its shimmering waters and the promise of giant redfish. Redfish, those hard-fighting, great-tasting creatures, were a worthy adversary for even the most seasoned angler. For Steve, they were more like mythical beasts glimpsed only in his beer-induced daydreams. The plan was simple: launch the BC. Sean's John boat. At 4 a.m., find a secluded spot and let the fish come to them. Of course, with these three, nothing ever went according to plan, but that was part of the fun. The morning was dark as they loaded the boat with their gear: fishing rods, bait buckets, backpacks, tackle boxes, nets, a giant cooler full of ice-cold beer, and enough snacks to feed a small army.
Gotta be prepared.
You sure you need all that stuff, Steve?
Steve, true to form, had also brought along his latest gadgets: a new fishing pole with all the bells and whistles, a waterproof Bluetooth speaker blasting country music that was clipped to his fly fishing vest, and a $200 rechargeable headlamp. They set off across the lake, the Little John boat groaning under the weight of their combined weight and giant cooler of beer. Sean baited his hook with a half of shrimp and immediately started reeling in fish, one after another. Ray, using his trusty old lure tipped with his Mexican secret weapon, a piece of corn, wasn't far behind. Steve, meanwhile, was struggling to even cast his line without casting his bait off. The fishing was hot and the beer was flowing. Life was good, until it wasn't. The boat sputtered, coughed, and died. They were stranded.
Shit!
Ray, ever resourceful, sprang into action. With a confident grin, he pulled out a small rusty can of WD-40 and a rusty pair of needle-nose pliers.
Don't worry, I got this.
Ray tinkered with the engine while Sean grumbled about the perils of buying used boats. Steve, oblivious to the mechanical drama, untangled his fishing line and cast it out. Laughing, he cracked open another beer and settled back to watch. Suddenly his fishing rod jerked violently, causing him to drop his beer.
I got one.
He grabbed the rod and struggled to reel it in, his face turning red with exertion. With a mighty tug, the fish pulled him right over the edge of the boat and into the lake with a giant splash. Sean and Ray, alerted by the commotion, turned to see Steve disappearing beneath the water. They burst into laughter, the sound echoing across the still waters of the lake. Steve rode home in his underwear, a beer in hand, laughing off the day's mishaps. The ride home was filled with laughter and stories, a fitting end to their fishing fiasco. As the truck bounced along, Steve recounted his epic battle with the fish. Ray and Sean chimed in, each adding their own exaggerated versions. They said their goodbyes, the day's adventures already turning into legendary stories. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe for more hilarious adventures.